That was Alabama head coach Nick Saban a week ago laughing off retirement rumors during the interview on the Pat McAfee show. Last night, the legendary coach announced he's hanging up after 17 seasons with the Crimson Tide. Let's bring in right now New York Times bestseller author and ESPN commentator Paul Finebaum. He really has been the voice of Crimson Tide football and basketball, everything for years, and also the host of Pablo Torre Finds Out on Meadowlark Media, ESPN's Pablo Torre. You know, Paul, you and I spoke offline this past week, and you sort of saw this coming. I couldn't figure out exactly what he was going to do. I don't see him guy just like kicking around the golf course, but you know, you'd said that you got the feeling that maybe it was just time. Tell us about that.
There were little signs, Joe. I've been around him a number of times this year, and he is 72, whatever that means. But every time I saw him, he just seemed a little closer to the end. And as the news broke last night, and as I heard from your people in New York, I couldn't help but think back to January 4th, 2007, Joe. I was a guest on Scarborough Country, and the topic was how much money they were paying Nick Saban. He was making $4 million a year, and the head of the Alabama Board of Trustees, a coal mining executive, said, "This is outrageous. We shouldn't be paying CEO-type money." And we all know now Nick Saban has been worth hundreds of millions of dollars to this university. And I think he took that into consideration. He took a surprising season. We were here, 7 weeks ago, talking about that miracle in Auburn. And I think he just felt, win or lose in Pasadena, it was a good time to pass the torch.
Yeah. Pablo, you have some distance from this in a way that certainly I do not.
Correct.
I've always seen John Wooden as the epitome of coaching. Maybe, you know, Sir Alex with Man United could put him in Wooden's category for anybody that's followed Premier League. I think you'd probably agree with me there. But the past couple of years, I've started to put Saban in that Wooden category because for him to do what he did in this age of parity, I'd love to talk to him sometime, not about football, but about management, leadership, and how he did it. It was really remarkable.
Joe, this is an incredibly difficult job. College football coach who happens to become the greatest of all time. And you mentioned the age of parity. This feels like the end of an era. Part of the thing about him retiring at this moment is that the sport is also changing around him. And yes, this is the unbiased propaganda from Joe Scarborough on screen right now, man, who helped get this guy into office, so to speak. And Joe, whatever you saw in him when other people didn't, I'll give you credit for that. What he became is unfathomable because he's the sort of coach where you say things like, he has more first-round NFL draft picks, 44, than he has losses as head coach of Alabama.
That's amazing.
This is the guy who has every four-year player who ever played for him winning a national title. And so in this era now, that is changing, of course. The transfer portal, name, image, and likeness payments, all of the stuff that complicates the advantage that Nick Saban, by dint of his greatness, had, both as a recruiter and also as a coach, and all of the resources of Alabama behind him. I think he looked around and said, I maximized all that a human being could maximize during this time, and now my time is over, and so too is this time in college football.
Yeah, you know what I saw was a strong leader, a smart guy. And Alabama needed one person in charge and not a bunch of retired football players yapping and trying to take control of the situation. You know, Willie, Pablo brings up a great point. This is a chaotic time in college football, just an absolute mess. You look at the transfer portals, you look at all the money they're throwing at kids. You know, we for years would have people on saying that college players needed to be paid for all they were doing, but it's gotten so chaotic and out of control. I can see why that also would be a good reason for Nick Saban to say, yeah, we're moving into a new era. I think I'll just pack it up and go home.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard time to be a head football coach. You make a lot of money, I get that. No one's weeping for these guys. But someone like Nick Saban, who talks about family and keeping a team together, at the end of every season, you have to recruit your own players not to leave for a better opportunity because LSU or Tennessee or A&M or somebody's offering your best wide receiver money and an endorsement deal with a local car dealership to leave. That's a totally different job. And Paul, I want to put a little meat on the bones for the case for Nick Saban as the greatest of all time. I guess Paul Bear Bryant is in the conversation as well, another Alabama great. Saban, 7 national titles, 6 of them at Alabama, 11 SEC championships, 4 Heisman winners, far and away the most number 1 first-round NFL picks. So he talked about that, giving his kids a chance to succeed and chase their NFL dreams, and he always did that.